Good morning, it's me. I'm back. I'm Stephanie Flath, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here with you. Sorry, a couple minutes late. It is Wednesday, March 18, 10:30 Eastern Time. So I come on my page, my business page, every Wednesday morning at 10:30 Eastern Time, so you can find me anytime then. I see Marsha's here and Robin's here. Thanks for joining me. You can find me anytime, all week long, all day long, on my website at dazzledbystamping.com. This page is on Facebook. It is facebook.com/dazzledbystamping. So, and I'm Stephanie Flath, as I mentioned that already. I'm so glad to be with you here today. I'm excited to be crafting, and I'm doing things a little bit differently today. I have a project to just show you right away. This is my only social contact. I'm so glad that you're here, Marsha. It's just so crazy. But we're going to craft and we're going to have fun today, and that is what my video, my live today is all about, is crafting and having fun. And I'm doing things differently today. So I'm planning to show you what you can do just with the stuff that you already have at home. And I'm actually using up scraps that I have, and I'm also doing my drawing differently this week. So if you have been with me in the past, that you know that if you share, like, comment on my live, on my video, then I enter you into a drawing, and then I give you, whoever wins gets everything that I make. Well, today I'm doing it differently because I want to share the love. I want to share paper crafting with as many people as possible. And I want you to share with as many people as possible too. So I'm hoping that a lot more people are getting on just because they're home. Maybe even kids. I was thinking of you, Alexa, and hi, Kathy, and Carrie. I saw come on. I was thinking of you because usually Alyssa's on with us, and so I figured that maybe the other kids would be coming on too. And I know that they love crafting, so you're good getting them involved. That's awesome. Hi, Dot. I'm glad you're here. So I was thinking of them and like things that you could do with them. And so, oh, and Stephanie's here. You're watching my live. I'm so glad that you're here. So I was thinking of things that you can do like with them, and even just crafting is supposed to be, it relieves stress. It's amazing. Sometimes I sit here, it's kind of funny. You guys see me do this already, but even I do it when I'm by myself. Hi, Elena. Hi, Alyssa. I'm glad you're here. Sometimes when I'm crafting, when I'm making a project of some kind, all of a sudden I get done, or maybe I just get to a certain point or whatever, and I just start giggling. Sometimes it's just amazing, and it's an amazing way to clear your mind, clear your day, clear your worries, whatever. So it's awesome. So so I'm also planning today to kind of, well, it barely touches the surface, but I'm planning to clear out you guys probably all have something similar. I have a box here that has all kinds of, this isn't even all my scraps. This is just what I haven't taken the time to put away yet. So today, other than hi, Diane, the quarantine kept me home for this. Oh, so you didn't even go to help your friend, Diane? Well, I'm glad that you're here to join with me. That makes me happy. The reasons don't necessarily, but we're going to make the best of it, and we're going to have fun crafting. So so I have this box. This is not even close to all the scraps that I have, but this is just what I haven't filed away yet. I don't like filing. I don't like cleaning. And I quite often just have a mess in my craft area, which can be very frustrating sometimes, especially because when you put something down, you can't find it. And, you know, anyway, so I chose today to like make use of my scraps. I cut maybe a couple pieces of cardstock for card bases. And I did trim something down before I got on here because I had a specific thought in mind for it, and I just wanted to show you it better. Hi, Jamie. I know you're home. Yes, several of those boxes. Oh, believe me, I've had plenty. I think there's another one over there that it's packed, and this one's just like not even. This is my most recent box. Anyway, so I just decided to work from here. So I'm gonna do hopefully hopefully several cards today. And as I mentioned at the beginning, out on Boswick Lake enjoying the vacation. Oh, nice. That sounds wonderful. So I am hopefully making several cards today, and like I said at the beginning, I'm going to be drawing a name for each card that I'm sending out. So, and can you believe it? I actually, Lynn is on. Hi, Lynn. I actually mailed a birthday card out on time today. That hasn't happened in a while. I have such a problem getting them in the mail, so I need to make a better effort, especially with our social distancing. We need to get together, in other ways. So anyway, this is one way we can do it. I had to start a new one. Yeah, I hear ya. That happens quite often. Okay, so the first thing that I want to show you actually is an already done project. I was going to show it on my live and then show you how to do it, and I just decided that I wasn't going to. I'll probably share. I put together a oh, good job, Dot. I put together a well, basically I did a live just in a secret group that I have for one of my clubs that totally canceled. And then I just kept sending the link to people who couldn't make it to club and whatever. But I have to show you this. This is an adorable little tiny Easter basket. Well, basket anyway. You can call it Easter or not. You can do it however you want. What was I going to say? Oh, okay. So the idea of the basket was not mine. I saw it on Pinterest. And in fact, I a little bit copied from my team member, and she put this ribbon on, and then I had to add my own little cute embellishment because I knew that I wanted to do this basket, but for my hostesses, since celebration started, I've been giving them a project with the ladybugs because they're awesome. You can get them free with a workshop that's at least $300. So this is the tiny little basket that I made. It's got the tulips on all four sides. This fits, if you can see it in there, a Lindt chocolate ball perfectly. I mean, you kind of got to squish it down in there. But my favorite part, did you see the ladybug? My favorite part is, this is from the, I don't know if I have it around here still. I put some stuff away. Well, there's a stamp. Oh, I'm just going to show you a stamped image of it. This is one of my scraps that I was pulling out. It's got a mess up on it. So, see this little thing of 4 ladybugs here? This is one single stamp right here. So I fussy cut. I showed my hostesses the love this month with fussy cutting on this little thing. I just love him so much. So, sorry, I'm not giving this away. This is already for my hostess that I didn't get to meet with last week. So eventually I'll probably share that live that I did. It's very casual, but I did a live that I could send to my club that I can do. Okay, so I'm going to put you down. I'm not going to show you the mess. I'm sure you can imagine the mess that I have when I pulled out all my scraps. I literally, these are things that I had in the box to I probably should save this to use on something else. So maybe you have similar kind of things. So I'm going to put you down, and I need to backwards you, and then I need to put you upside down and down. Now you can see my stamping area. Okay, so looks like the lighting's pretty good. If you have comments or questions or whatever, please ask them, but I can't see them while I'm stamping, so I have to get back with you on that. So the first thing that I'm going to do, this is very much, I'm just starting with an easy one. This is very much all pieces that I had saved and already ready to just kind of put together. This one, I actually had this this cardstock already, this card base already done. I don't have my bone folder, so we're just going to use my marker works. I want to crease that well. Okay, so I have this from this little piece from something that I was working on. You can see the remains of a dimensional right there. So I'm actually just going to put this on my card. I don't want to put it on my card yet because I want to do something with this stuff. Okay, so I'm using this paper trimmer, this paper cutter, this mini paper cutter that you get as a new demonstrator right now. So I'm just going to cut this on one of the score lines. This was made to be able to, I'm going to cut on all the score lines. This was made for as a kind of like a belly wrapper around a box that I made a while ago, probably a couple months ago even. And what I'm going to do with this is kind of put these underneath my little, I don't know what you want to call it, this piece that I was about to put down before I did anything. So I need to put this somewhere. Want this like that. Gonna put one up, put one down. Maybe we'll put it over here. Yeah, so that's how, oops. So that's how we're gonna do it. So I'm totally, I have these, I have these pieces and scraps all cut and everything, but I'm totally just, oops. You do have to make sure that the string on your balloons are in the correct direction. You know that they don't really hang up, they hang down. So that's just a suggestion. It might look a little better. Okay, so I'm just kind of putting my scraps down here, and I'm going to put this down that I already put adhesive on. And I'm covering up one of those. I had a line on it because it was a tiny little tab, so I just want to make sure I cover that line. And then this was already made. Probably I must have had to take apart a box or something, because both of these pieces I feel like were from that box, the designer paper thing and this little tag. I want one more. So I always put it corners and middle unless it's small and doesn't need it. All right. Oopsie. So we're just going to put that right there. So here's my first card. So these are pieces that I had left over. This one is from when I was making cards with the Rise and Shine stamp set. This, obviously, the designer paper, and the toucan is from Bonanza Buddies. Is that right? Yeah. So it's from the Birthday Bonanza Suite. So that one's done. All right, the next one is, I think I made a bunch of masculine cards, and I just had these available, these left over that I was gonna put back into a thing and just didn't. So I'm not even measuring actually. I'm just, I need to do that faster. Keep in mind you need to do it faster when you use this kind of cutter. I have a design in mind for this because I was looking at everything to see what I could do, because I didn't want to do all my thinking on camera. So I'm putting this piece down. This is from Country Club. So this is the opposite side of it. I want this over here. I want to hang off on the white a little bit. So I did cut this white card base. But that's an easy thing to do. If you just have white cardstock around, that's a perfect thing to do. To help use up your scraps or help your kids to get involved or whatever. Have some white cardstock and some scraps and have them go at it. Okay, so I want to do birthday. What did I do with that stamp? Oh, it fell off. That's what. Okay, so I lost my scraps. Oh, there they are. This isn't exactly a scrap, but we're using it as one because of because it's what I got. It's what I put out here. All right, so I wanted to make this birthday. So actually first, I'm showing you a quick technique because quite honestly, I couldn't find my ink pad that I wanted. So this really, it works best on rubber stamps. It doesn't work very well on photopolymer, the completely clear stamps. And I don't know if it works with blends or not, but so I have my stamp here. It's just a splotch. Let's see, got to get it in the right light. It actually is from Painted Poppies, and I'm just inking up. I'm using the side of my brush tip marker and just inking up this whole thing. This technique is called omitting, and it's called that because if you have a stamp, let's say you have like this birthday stamp and you want it to be in 2 different colors, you could use markers to do happy in one color and birthday in the other color. But right now I'm just using it because I can't find my marker that I want. So whenever you do this, especially, I haven't tried it with alcohol based, but especially if you did it with alcohol based, you would definitely need to re-wet this stamp. By the time you get everything colored and go to use it, it dries out. So you need to wet it, and you won't be able to see it because it'll be off camera basically. You need to re-wet it with your breath. So we call it huffing, but it's not what you think. Anyway, so you don't want to blow on it. That will dry it. Like, don't want to whistle kind of thing. So I'm kind of putting it up to my mouth with my mouth wide open and making the H sound. Oh, I think I want to stamp it off. So I stamped it off so it wasn't too dark, and then stamped it on my white. And now I want to stamp my happy birthday on here. I just didn't want it to be plain is what. So I'm stamping my happy birthday on here. Oh, it's still kind of too dark. All right, so we're going to go on the other end. Every time I have to re-wet it because that's better. Because it dries out every time I stamp it, or it just takes time. There, now I have the color, but it's not too dark. See, here was too dark, so you couldn't read the words very well. Excuse me. All right, so now this is one of the punches that I used last week on my live. And so I'm just punching this out. So obviously, as you'll be able to tell as I'm working today, punches are an awesome way to be able to use up your scraps that you got. I just put a couple dimensionals on there. And I'm gonna put this right here. So this, obviously, I'm making very simple cards, but that's perfect. It still has a lot of design, especially because we're using designer paper with it. There's another one here. So I had this stamped from when I had done it a couple weeks ago. And this designer paper was also from the Country Club like I had used before. So I want to see. I want to put this, what's it called? Soft seafoam. I want to put this down, but I need to trim it because it's too big. I was quicker that time, I think. So again, I can measure right here now, but you can't measure when they're longer. So let's see if this works. It works. So green shows up not very well on the camera, but this is a very light green, and it will go really well with these. So this, I'm gonna cut this in half, and then I'm probably gonna, no, I don't want it in half. I want a little more. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. That works. So we got a lot of green on here, and I love the two greens together. So this is garden green, and then this that you can't see very well, oh, it's a little better if I tip it, is the soft sea foam. So this is a subtle color. So I'm putting this down on my card base. I'm putting this down. Nope, I like it the other way. This down on my card base. So these right here are pretty big scraps. Both of these Country Club ones are big scraps, but I'm going to show you some with smaller scraps shortly. So I'm still going to put this, I'm not going to use dimensionals on this one. I'm just going to put this down because I'm going to use dimensionals on my greeting. So this is just going across the greens here. And it looks kind of masculine. So what I've been doing with this mug is putting a, well, I guess it doesn't look masculine with the flower on it, does it? So I guess I am going to put a rhinestone. I was going to tell you that I usually have been putting rhinestones in here, but I wasn't going to do it because it looks masculine. But if it's got a flower, hello, we're just going to put some bling in it. Okay, so what I want to do with this is I grabbed my itty bitty greetings. This says, "Hey friend," and I'm just going to stamp it here. And another punch that I grabbed out was my classic label punch, because that's perfect with most of the things in. Oh, it doesn't quite fit right. I'm going to cut off the F. Okay, I want a different one. Even though I'm going to use this later, I'm going to use my 1-inch circle punch a sec. So if I didn't stamp it in the right place. I went a little too close to the edge because I thought I was using a different punch. So this one is going to go, "Hey friend." And this circle kind of works with the circle that's in the mug already. So we want a dimensional again. And I want it on the color. So here's my "Hey friend" card. All right, now there's one that I really want to get to. This one, I was trying to decide. I specifically cut this crumb cake card, but I had this one out. I think I'm just going to use this one. I had this one out. It was already cut and scored, and it's actually stamped on it. Everything looks good with it though. I just wasn't going to make 2 Calypso coral cards, but I'm gonna, just because it was one of my scraps, so I'm gonna use that. Okay, so this is one that I specifically had in mind for the kids. I was picturing Elena and Maddox and Alyssa wanting to do something. I don't know if Alyssa stamps, but and I know there are lots of kids out there that they're wanting to craft, they're wanting to keep busy, and Mom and Dad wants to keep them busy. So I took these scraps. I actually cut a couple of them down. This one that was what I had available. But I wanted to cut these down because I had something specific in mind. So I had this white piece of cardstock that I used, and then I attached the designer paper and made sure that my adhesive was close to the center here because of what I want to do with it. So I'm using the other punch that I used last week. I think this one is called Label Me Lovely, and the one that I just used was Label Me Fancy. I think it's fancy because you can use ribbon with it. That's my guess. That's my way of trying to remember which one it is. So I'm taking my punch and I'm punching so that it's kind of in the middle of all that. So I have 3 different scraps down on there, and I'm gonna punch it out. I love punches. Kids love punches, and so this was an idea that I thought of. Okay, so here's my piece. I think I want some white behind it because we lost the white by punching it off, which is fine, but I'm going to, whenever I make, this is a huge stamping tip for you. At least I think it's huge. If I love color, I absolutely love color, but if you want your colors to pop, you have to have a neutral on your card. So I'm gonna put this behind my punch piece here. So I'm not measuring. I have no idea if it's gonna be, oops, I wasn't fast enough. One thing about this is when you do go to redo it and you do it fast enough, it cuts it off right. Got these tiny little slivers of it. Okay, so I want to put this on my, where'd my adhesive go? I'm going to put this on my piece of white here. Oh, I want it this way. And then there actually is going to be some white just because of what else I'm going to put on here. Now, before I put it down, this is scrap also. I think I want to trim it a little bit though. Not quite as short as I want. So this was another piece of scrap that I had in there. So I'm going to use tear and tape. If I actually, if I'm not tying something to my card, my ribbon to my card, then I want to use tear and tape. Otherwise, just regular adhesive won't work. And you put the tear and tape on the card, not on the ribbon. It'll be easier to get off. So this is a 2-sided tape, and cardstock under there. And we're just going to lay this on here. And we're going to, dimensionals? No, I'm going to use more tear and tape. So it'll help hold my ribbon down too. So I'm going to put tear and tape across this. So this particular card base is what I would call a Z fold. So I have it scored in a special place, 2 special places, so that it will fold like that. And whenever you put something across the bend of the Z, you want to make sure that you're only putting adhesive on like the half of it, or depending on where you're going to put it. So I'm going to put this right here. So if I had put adhesive on this side in the back, then I would tape my card closed, which that doesn't work. Okay, so for this card, what I want is I have a little hello, and I'm gonna use my early espresso again. Could be black, doesn't matter. I have a little hello. This is also from the what is it called? Itty Bitty Greetings. And I'm gonna put 1 dimensional on the back here. I'm just gonna put it right in the center. Oh, I smeared it a little bit. It'll be okay. So I have my card right here. So I use all these little scraps and punches. Punches and scraps are awesome with kids. All right, one last card that I have. So what is that? I did 4, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay, so one last card that I have. So these were totally scraps. This was actually a scrap from, I had made a tag for our goodie bags for crafting retreat, and so I used the back side of this tag on something else, and I'm going to use the front side. So this is Pacific Point, and this is honeybee paper that you can't get anymore, or golden honey paper that you can't get anymore, but a lot of you probably have it. So I'm going to put this here. Does everybody remember the tip for being able to make this little banner here? Can you see the banner? I'm going to show you really quick. I stamped these and they're not so great. So will it show up on white? Oh, let's do it on color. All right. Showing you really quick how to do a banner. Okay, so I don't know if it's a huge thing now anymore or not, but a few years ago banners came out and they were really, really popular, and I couldn't do them because I would cut in like this and cut in like this and they wouldn't meet, and one was skinny and one was fat, and I just couldn't do it. But I found that I can eyeball the center fairly well. So what I do is I cut up the center and then start at this point and aim for where I ended over here, and then go at this point and aim for the same spot. And then look, I have no idea if it's perfect, but in fact I don't think it is perfect, but it's way better than if I would try to go cut, and then I would end up with no cardstock left. So anyway, that's how I did this. I didn't use a punch, I didn't do anything. Okay, so this was a scrap that I had that I wanted to use, and I'm just going to use the whole thing. I might have to cover this up. So this would be from the Regal's collection of, this is gingham if you can't tell. This is crushed curry is the color. This is gingham. It's from the Regal's collection. We have core colors of ink pad, cardstock, markers. So Regal's is one of the color families. So this is from that color collection of designer papers. They come 6 by 6. And what I want to do for this, I'm actually going to use the scrap that I kept messing up. I definitely got to use the bumblebee. Hey, if you can't tell, this designer paper has some hexagons on it. It's really cute. So I'm going to use this adorable bumblebee that's from the honeybee. I love it. Look how cute that bee is. It's from the stamp set called Honeybee. It has dies that coordinate with it, but they are not orderable right now. Sometimes that can be kind of frustrating, but when something is so wildly popular, there's not really too much we can do about it. And plus, yeah, there was just more involved in the whole thing. But so I colored in the bee this time, so he's cute and colorful. And this time I'm going to use, where'd it go? I have a bigger, oh, here we go. This is a 1.5 inch circle punch. And we're going to pop him. Wait, is that what I wanted to use? I think I wanted the smaller one. We're going to use the smaller one again. We're going to see if I can do it like this. Ooh, good, he works. Okay. I didn't realize I was using this circle punch so much on my cards. But that's great. If you can use the same punch, then less stuff to pull out, and you're still having fun. Okay, so this one I'm going to put right here on the end of my cute little gingham designer paper. And then I have a scrap of crushed curry here. And where'd my greeting go? Okay, so this one is actually from the stamp set, Honeybee stamp set. And this says, celebrate every moment. So I liked this because it doesn't have to be birthday. It doesn't have to be any occasion. You could just send this because you wanted to. And so I did it on crushed curry so that it coordinates with everything. And since I have the bee popped, I don't think I'm going to pop this greeting. I'm just going to put it on there. And I kind of want them all overlapping a little bit. Here's my card. So I just did 5 cards for you from all my scraps. There's still plenty of scraps here. So I did not make a dent on that, but I'm going to pull you up now. So I'm going to upside down you and put you backwards again, or it's backwards to me. It's good for you. I'm sorry, Dot. There's no dots. I'm so sorry. I just used what I had. I see Sherry's on here. Hi, Sherry, and Debbie is on here. And who else is here? Nancy and Lynn. I'm so glad you all are here. That's wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to show you these cards up close. So I wanted to do this because a lot of people are home and a lot of people are looking for things to do, and a lot of people are needing stress relievers, I feel like, and crafting is wonderful for that. I mentioned that already. So I just wanted to show you can use up your scraps. You can make quick cards with what you already have. And so here is the first one that I did. I barely did any stamping. Did I stamp anything at all? I did not even stamp on this one. So this one, it was already done. They were already ready for me to put together. This one, I stamped the label. Probably mostly, if anything, I stamped labels on. Oh, you guys know. I just stamped the B and the words on here. Thank you for sharing already. Here's this one. I stamped the hello. This already had the stamping on it. This one, I just stamped the hey friend. That's how I would greet somebody. So I also want to mention to you, if you are looking for things to do and you don't have any kind of stamping supplies, I have a couple kits here they're in the catalog, and I can sell the kits to you. The ones that I have are all inclusive. They have the black, the stamp sets, a couple of little ink spots in them, and everything that you need to make in it. You might need scissors or something like that. I also have some paper pumpkin kits from the past few months that I could sell as well. They would end up being random, just like they would be if you get them in as a subscription. Thanks, Jamie. I'm glad that you like them. Yes, so make sure that you share, Robin, and hopefully you'll be one of these people. So I have 5 cards, so I'm doing 5 drawings, and I'm going to do it by Friday. So I'm going to draw names Friday and hopefully get them in the mail Friday also. We have Paper Pumpkin can be a subscription that can come in the mail, and I have several kits that I haven't put together, and they're always a surprise every month, and so any kit that you would get from me is going to be a surprise also. But if you're interested, those kits are, thanks, I'm glad that you appreciate the inspiration, Nancy. If you're interested in the kits, the Paper Pumpkin kits are $20, and then I'm honestly not sure what it costs to ship them. I would say around $5, so $25, and you could get a Paper Pumpkin kit from me, so that you could play with stuff. There is a black in there, or there would be. For the first time that you ever subscribe, you get a black in there too. But since I've been a subscriber for a while, there wouldn't be one in there, except that I bought extras to put in there. So you'll have everything that you need to make it if you would like. And the other 2 kits that I have are, what are they called? I don't even know. I'll have to make a separate post or comment or something like that when I go back to edit. So Thank you so much for joining me today. I had fun crafting with you. I hope you have some time to craft today and have stuff that you want to work on. Maybe you can use up your scraps. Maybe you have a punch. Maybe your kids need to get involved. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful time. If you do share my video, that would be wonderful because we want to share the good, right? So hopefully this was good and you want to share it. If you do share, make sure that you tell me that you shared, because sometimes some of you have your settings such that I can't tell when you share it. So make sure that you let me know that you shared it so then I can give you credit and put it on my list. I always do, what's it called? Random Name Picker is an app that I use on my phone. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I had fun with you. I hope you had a good time, and be safe and crafty, and I will see you in a week. Next Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Have a great day. Bye.